Hola amigos, la nueva miniserie de Netflix Esa Noche cuenta una historia misteriosa y trepidante de múltiples perspectivas. ¿Deberías verla o saltarla? During a family vacation in the Dominican Republic, Elena accidentally hits a man with her car. Desperate and frightened, she calls her sisters Paula and Cris, asking for help. How far will they be willing to go to help protect their family? So this is a 6-episode limited series where each perspective is shown in about 40-ish minutes each. And while we get the viewpoints of all the sisters and then a few extra family members, this isn't a rehashing of the story elements every single time. There is a bit of overlap, but typically this information shows us a new angle or more of a conversation to then create more context within the plot. At its heart, this is a tragic and somewhat cautionary tale, demonstrating how one quick decision can have massive ramifications, creating ripple effects that penetrate lives in ways that are completely unforeseen. Now, this also examines the effects of past family trauma and how that can work to influence actions and decisions, sometimes not for the better. Now, the show moves about rather efficiently, and while some elements from the sisters' pasts come in sporadic and enigmatic bursts, the main trajectories are still easy to follow without getting all twisted up in some kind of flashback purgatory. Now, thanks to the wildly diverse personalities of these three sisters, it's not easy to immediately warm up to them. Thanks to their own baggage and then their shared traumatic pasts, there is a lot of bickering and animosity that pops up quite frequently. Now, this does have the potential to become tiresome and repetitive, but once the accident is unveiled and the sisters have decided to participate, the antagonism, it's more prominent, and it also makes sense due to just the heightened stress of the situation. For a portion of this series, this does contain mystery, mainly created thanks to not getting all of the information from one single character. Instead, one sister knows everything and the other two know some. But until all three are brought into the truth, we as the audience are also kept partially in the dark. Now, I like the intrigue this built, but it all ends once the facts are revealed, which then transitions the story into more of an angry drama that attempts thrills but gets mired down in relational arguing rather than creating this sense of urgent anxiety. The narrative, to its credit, does work to break the cycle of generational trauma, and it addresses it without preachiness, instead using the established personalities of the characters to bring about the steps for change. It's not a perfect representation, but that would be out of place for this story. We don't need a fairy tale ending. Instead, something that can be plausible and hopefully a bit uplifting or at least optimistic. And as the storytelling works to accomplish this, there's a large time jump that takes place. Now, I was impressed with the makeup for the actors in this part. While it's not uncommon to find older actors who look similar to the main cast, for this show, the showrunners decided to keep the original actors and just simply age them with some makeup and hairstyles. And because the three that portray the sisters have some distinctive facial structures, the show maintains their natural beauty and just makes them age gracefully, but believably too. From individual areas of the series, there's a lot to like here. The acting is passionate and emotive, creating characters that can be both sympathetic and displeasing. The drama is adequate with efficient pacing. But when taken as a whole, despite some excellent themes, the overall arc, it isn't too compelling and doesn't create a lot of memorability. This is okay for a one-time watch, especially if you're into semi-soapy dramas, but it's not something that I'm going to revisit, and I'll most likely struggle to remember the plot points just by next week. There's sex, some nudity, ton of profanity, and then a lot of violence. I give that night, or Esa Noche, 2.5 out of 5 couches. Have you seen any good family dramas lately? Give me some recommendations in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.